So now I'm going to configure DHCP for each of the them. I'm going to configure DHCP. Okay. So in this session, I will configure DHCP so that each of the VLAN can be able to get IP address from the DHCP pool. Remember, I'm going to configure VLANs here. I'm still working on switch 1. So I'm going to configure VLAN here and also VLAN here as well. So each of these devices, which is the end devices, I'm going to place them on the VLAN. VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, and VLAN 40. Okay. So before each of these can be able to get IP address, you need to configure DHCP in the layer 3 switch. So that is what I'm going to do in this session now. So to configure DHCP, you simply type IP DHCP. So I will exclude IP address for now, so that those IP address for the default gateway and other stuff like the admin, they will have static IP address. So I'm not going to include those IP address here. So I will first of all exclude those IP address. So to exclude those IP address, you simply type IPDHCP exclude address. So the first VLAN, which is the VLAN 10, which the IP address is 192, I give it 192.168.10.1. So I will exclude IP address from 1 to 9. So I will type 192.168.10.9. So this IP address will not be given to any device through DHCP from 1 to 9. So I will do the same for VLAN 20. Exclude IP address 20.1 to 20.9. I will do the same for VLAN 30. 30.1 to 30.9. I'll do the same for VLAN 40. 40.1, 40.9. So all this IP address will not be given to any device in the network through DHCP. You can only assign this IP address static to the end devices. So now to configure the DHCP pool, I will type IP DHCP pool. Then this is for admin. IP DHCP pool for admin. If you can remember, one of the VLAN 10, I name it as admin, if you can remember. So I will name this pool as admin. IP DHCP pool. So the network now will be 192.168.10.0, 255.255.255.0. So the default route now, the default router will be 192.168.10.1. So if you can remember, we exclude this IP address. So this is the default router now, the default router. So I will also configure DNS. I will configure the DNS server here. So to do that, you simply type DNS server 8.8.8.8. Okay, so we are done with the first one. So I will configure the second IP address now. The second IP address for VLAN 20, which is office, if you can remember. So now I will name the IP address pool to office. You can let me check the name very well. So you can see the first one is admin, the second one is office, accounting, and CCTV. So I will name this as office, IPDHCP pool office. The network will be 20.10, 20.0. Then the default router will be 20.1. Then the DNS will still remain the same, which is 8.8.8.8. So I will do the same for VLAN 30. The DHCP pool will be accounting. Yeah, accounting. Accounting. The network will be 30.0. 30.0. The default router will be 30.1. The DNS will still remain the same. The DNS server will remain the same. So now let me do the one for CCTV. CCTV. Network is 40. The default router will be 40 as well. 40.1. DNS server will be 8.8.8. So now we are done with the configuration of the core switch, which is the switch 1. So now let me save the configuration so far. Let me save this. Exit, do right. Yes, I want to save to NVRAM.